lots of worms and pig meat, and they have to give the pig all of these medicines, but it doesn't get sick. There's also hormones to make them grow fast. In the past, pigs took a long time to grow. Now you can have a fully grown pig or a fully grown
Orientation is
chicken
locked.
in
Rotate device
45
back.
days.
It has to go up.
All of those things that they're putting in the animal is
Yeah,
going
it's only
to
vertical.
us. Kaya now po, you can, ang daming sakit, diba? There's so many women who can't get pregnant, who are having a hard time with the reproductive system, lots of young girls who are entering puberty way too early. Kasi po, yung time natin, nakaka-menses po yung mga babae, is older na, diba? 13, now as early as 9 years old, they're visiting the gynecologist because they're already having, and it's 100% because of the food we're eating. We don't have good quality food anymore, and that's really why I went plant-based along with my family. I couldn't find anything clean to eat more. This is just a very quick look into what goes into the meat that we eat. And the thing that you'll find in common are hormones, antibiotics. Those are the two main bad things that are in these things. So you might ask me, what about fish? You're already finding plastics and microplastics in your fish. So be very careful what fish you eat. Be careful that it's clean from first, because that's all going to you and that's really making us sick. Perhaps the thing that's making us the sickest are Filipino favorites. So ito po, these are the number one tawag endocrine disruptors. They disrupt our hormones. They affect our insulin resistance. Ano yung nangyari po when you're insulin resistant? Then you're a doctor here. When you become insulin resistant, you develop diabetes. And it comes from things like this, additives to our food. Hindi pa, okay, masarap na ang mga gulay, masarap na ang pagkain, on its own, we don't need any magic. Maybe just the magic of Sarah's voice, that's all we need. Not in our food. Sino ba mga mami dito? As moms, or even dads, as parents, our eating habits are the number one thing that influences our kids. Yung mga sinasabi ng parents natin, yung po natin yung, sige, kumain ng gulay, hindi natin. That doesn't work. All of that stuff doesn't work. There's something called mothering. Being a good example has been shown through studies. That's what works. If the kid sees the mom eating well after that, the kid is more likely to follow this themselves. I'm going to show you a plate. This is called the Eat Lancet Planetary Diet. This came out in 2019. This is the new way that we're supposed to eat. The Eat Lancet was made with the environment in mind, so food that is low in carbon footprint, very low animal proteins, and a higher source of plant-based proteins. I'm sure you guys will get a try of today with all your merchants. So this is how we're supposed to eat now. Very quickly, I'm just showing you the number of grams in the food. You don't have to memorize that. Now, the question I get most of the time is, di ba vegetarian or vegan, di ba po mahal? That's the thought that everybody has, mahal yung plant. But in my kitchen, I follow the Bahay Kubo kitchen. So, kung alam po natin yung song na Bahay Kubo, kantahin nyo na lang. Kung iisipin nyo, say you're gonna go sa palengke, bibilhin ko today, Bahay Kubo, I don't sing. I'm embarrassed too. But sing the Bahay Kubo song, and that's what you need to eat, because that's what was given to us to nourish the Filipinos. Why eat local? It's good for the environment, it's good for the economy, and it's good for us. Alam niyo yung mga gulay like okra and alobati, saluyot, di ba lahat sila slimy? But guess what? It's that slime that protects our gut. It's that slime that kills all the bacteria. It's that slime that is anti-diabetes. Alam siguro ni Lord na mahilig yung Pilipino sa matamis. Kaya yung vegetables na binigay sa atin has all that stuff to fight it. This is something we developed. Instead of picking up Pinoy, which has the usual go, which it's made in school, we have our plant lasang Pinoy. And the reason I created this is because when you see mga food pyramids like that, it's always apple, salmon, banana, broccoli, there's no visual representation that Filipino vegetables are healthy for you. So that's why I put it in a plate. I'll quickly, I just back from Ormoc, and I'm helping Mayor Lucy develop the Ormoc Planetary Health Plate. Now, this is based on the food that I found in the Ormoc markets, the food that I found that people like to eat. And if you can see there, it still allows for 5% of animal protein. Lalo-lalo na for those who are trying to transition or to try to get into more plant-based eating. And my hope is that we'll launch this in Ormoc and eventually move on to the rest of the country. So very quickly, I'm going to show you guys the benefits of our local vegetables. Bakit hindi nyo po alam? So citrus is good for preventing cancer, heart disease, and it's full of prebiotics. You might ask, where do you get protein in the bakit kubo vegetables? Nandiyan lang po. Sitaw, sigarilyas, bataw, patat, for local brand. Kondo, that's also known as winter melon, and you'll find it in winter melon tea. But don't drink that, that's fattening. Just eat it. So the Chinese love this. They call it winter melon soup, and it's good for detox, it cleans your blood, it's good for your healthy skin. Pagoda, very, very good for your eyes, for those who are suffering from arthritis, and I mean, it's very good for your blood. Upo, this is another recipe of mine. It's an upo lasagna. So instead of using lasagna noodles, we use upo. And it's good for your digestion, blood pressure, anti-aging. Ito po kalabasa, very, very easy for children to adapt to kasi matamis siya and it tastes good. Mustasa is very high in vitamin K, which is good for your bones. For your eyes, it helps to lower cholesterol. So all of these things are cheap in the palengke. We have our radish, it's high in potassium. So instead of a banana, you can also have labanos, it's good for your red blood cells and your metabolism. And last but not least, ito po ang source ng magic syrup. Instead of using magic syrup, use the real thing because they have antioxidants in it. We do a 30-day plant-based challenge at Siniloan, and these are the results after 30 days. So it starts with 199 total cholesterol. After 30 days, bumaba po siya. So 169 in just 30 days. And I vouch for these results because these are my results. From a couple of years ago, I did it to myself, the test. And that's just after 30 days of going fully plant-based. Imagine what it will do for you for more days. If you, and I should put here, my chocolate and So, what about protein? That's the big questions that vegans, vegetarians get asked. Where do I get my protein? In order to live, you only need this. This is a computation. 8 times your weight in kilos is the amount of protein you need. Anything over that, so if it's 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, that is when you're very actively building muscle, when you're weightlifting. But these are the recommendation, the Lancet Commission, 0.8. So this came out a couple of years ago along with the Lancet plate. Now, in local vegetables, you can find protein. Yan po sa tongkwa, lentils, sigarilyas, mongo, sitaw, has a decent amount of protein and for very, very cheap. Ito po, favorite question. Paano po ayaw ko kumain ng munggo kasi nakaka-uric acid? That's really been disproven already. You know, we are one of the only countries in the world that still believes this. In fact, PGH has come out with a book that literally is called Munggo is not the cause of uric acid or gout. I think people great question. Uric acid is caused by high fructose corn syrup, extra fat, and purines. And you find purines, for example, shellfish, very, very high. High fructose corn syrup, sugar sweetened drinks, and biscuits, like I won't name brands, but in most biscuits, anytime that they're not using sugar, they're replacing it for a cheaper substitute, which is high fructose corn syrup. As I mentioned earlier, I came back from Ormoc and we conducted blood tests. About 50% of the people there had high blood sugar. And they didn't even eat that much meat. It's really sa mga tinapay galing sa bakery, mga biscuit, banana cue that's super deep fried with lots of sugar. Doon po nagagaling because Ormoc is, they eat a lot of fish there. So hindi po talaga yung meat yung problem. It's the other things that they're eating. But one thing today, try your beans, try incorporating more beans into your diet. Huwag pa tayo matatakot sa beans. In fact, a big study, a cohort study in China has shown that beans actually have protective factors against gout. Organic or not organic? That's another question I always get from audiences. For me, kung may budget po tayo, pwede yung organic, but kung hindi, okay lang. And you know why? Filipino local vegetables, yung mga alabati, saluyo, hindi mo kailangan ng fertilizer yung mga yan. Kahit saan itapon yung lalaki lang yan, diba? So there's no need for that. If you're eating local, you just need to wash it properly. I don't want this plant-based way of eating to deter anybody because they can't afford organic vegetables. The truth is, none of us can really sustain that for a very, very long time. Kasi dito po, it's not very certified yet. So, okay lang po. Clean your vegetables very, very well. Of course, stuff you're going to eat raw, mga lettuce, herbs, better if it's organic because you don't cook it. If you're eating it raw, if you can, pwede po. So just some general tips before I cook for you. Soak your here, I have my instructions here. 1 part vinegar to 4 parts water, or 1 teaspoon of baking soda in a bowl of water. You soak it, and that all comes out. There are also some really nice natural veggie washes out there, but I always forget to buy them again. It's just easier for me to use my Datapati. It does the same thing. Now, you may be wondering, is it too simple? Is it too easy? Yes, it's actually easy. It's actually doable. We can all do it. We can all add more vegetables to our diets. So, number 1 tip, if you're going to start eating beans, soak your legumes, soak your beans, especially dried beans. Soak them in hot water for 6 to 8 hours. In my fridge, I always have different beans just soaking there. If they start to sprout, that's even better. It activates the growth factor of the bean. Eat in season. Oh, this is my favorite. Store greens in a cotton pouch. So yung mga pouch na kinuha nyo from shoe bags, kung shopping po tayo, you can put your lettuce in there, you can put your green leaves in there, and it will last longer. Don't be afraid of carbs. Mga kamote, mga complex carbs like that, aglay, brown rice, those are all very, very good for your gut. Aim to eat more cooked vegetables when starting the transition para hindi po mabigla ang tiyan nyo. Okay. There's the rest of my tips are left up there, but I think I'm going to start cooking. I'm going to call on my beautiful assistant to help me. Okay, I'm going to start with Sana, my daughter. And she loves this dish. So I'm going to make, I'm going to make my Mongol bolognese for you. Right now.
Hot water, cold water, you take it out of the plate, anything. Please try it. This is the thing because it's more of a gel type yeah, so CMOS, yes. So it has those vitamins and minerals in our body. Also helps with breathing, kapag nag-yoga ka. So this is $6.99 for our CGA. Our mango is $7.99 and unsweetened.
Are there any questions po while we're waiting for
$5.99.
this?
All right. So this one has the small space. Yeah, except this one has small lang naman mo. Same now. If you want, this is the most
Meron po, okay, meron pa nagtitulong vegan logo sa mga tech grocers. Ako rin po, it's hard to find that. So, if po ako, instead, yung replacement ko sa vegan bagoong, yung tausi, yung salted black bean. Oops. So yun po, yung tausi, i-grind mo lang, and then i-saute with garlic and onions. Pero for today, because I talked about our direct plate, which allows for a little bit of fish. Today I'm going to use real bagoong, because it's good. Would be to strict on yourselves when you're trying to eat more vegetables. I personally still use a little bit of bagoong, a little bit of patis, but there's also very, very good vegan alternatives if you're being strict. But if you're just starting, it's fine. Be gentle with yourself. That's the way to be sustainable, is to have stuff that you like to do. Alright, thank you. I do like your hand in your mass flex. Wow. You know what guys, this is one of the best things you can cook with. Hindi po siyang non-stick. Non-stick, it's good. Kasi sometimes yung mga non-stick, matatanggal yung parts, and that's toxic. Okay, today I'm going to show you how to cook without oil. Because without oil, you don't need oil in your food. That's about calories. Okay. I'm going to start. So this is how to cook make oil. You start with your onions with nothing in it because onions naturally have oil in it. When you add a little bit of broth or water, you're going to see the oil of the onions start coming out. Never ever start with oil because of the...
Search it out. It's actually also good when you're mix it. You're going to mix it in any way. Just dilute it first. So 1 tablespoon of this to 1 tablespoon of hot water. Dilute mo muna para ilalap mo sa mga oil. Kasi if not, magiging parang floater siya. Right here. This is Italian. So I'm trying to go right now. With the vegetarian for maybe 5 months now.
This is just so that the onions don't burn. A little bit of broth.
Plant-based broth. Tsaka sibuyas lang.
Bolognese. Okay, your favorite bolognese. So my mongo has been pre-cooked already. Do you know there's 2 kinds of mongo? Mongo labo and mongo kintab. So today this looks like it is kintab. But if you're hiding stuff from your kids, use the labo because it gets mushy. Today we're going to add sayote, bolognese, sayote, and this is kangkong. yun. So I'm adding all of your stuff to our bottle.
Galing ka na ganito. Ano rin gagawin ko kung wala siya?
This is our tomato sauce that I added, and then once you pour like a bit in here, then you can finish by adding your vegetable broth. And you let this simmer. The thing, I'm sure about cooking with good bolognese, you have to let it cook for a long time, right? So that all the flavors just mix and simmer. And it is no different in a vegan version. For me, the better, the mushier this stuff is, the better, the more your kids will appreciate it. So I'm gonna let this sit for a little while. Let's switch over to here.
Thanks.
Okay, there. You can start with the burger.
Ito po yung purple na mama.
Yeah.
Kasi pinakabagong loaded. Nakakaya nakakadito yung control. Kasi nagtulong na sa bodega.
Okay, while this is simmering, I'll start our Mongol connector. This is even easier than this. So I'm going to take what's left of my Mongol. Again, no oil. You don't need oil. What for? You're going to get your oil from, probably should be peanut butter. For the connector. Peanut butter is a good source of plant-based protein, very healthy to add. So I'm not adding any more oil. The oil is going to come from this. I'm going to scoop it.
Sorry,
There's peanut butter.
Isang pot. Isang babay.
We like that many taste. Okay, this is super easy. This is just all again, you add your vegetable broth. Just soften everything a bit. Yeah. We have a little extra hot water on this side. Okay, now you can add. The nice thing with these vegetables, don't take that long to cook. Yung pinakamatagal na lang po is the boiling of the vegetables. Takes the longest. So, first I started with no oil, and now I added peanut butter, and now she's going to add the bagoong. And again, today we're using real bagoong because you can have a little bit of fish. And I personally have to lie, I love bagoong. The real one. But I do have a recipe in my cookbook for a vegan bagoong. If you are ready to do that, use it. All my recipes have guidelines, but you adjust it to your taste. You like it more peanut buttery. Okay, let's try it with this and see how this tastes. More bagoong. It's great. And then you add a little bit of onion. Yep. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot. The secret ingredient for this is the Italian seasoning for the bolognese. So you can buy this in any grocery. Your goal Coco is to make eating plant-based accessible and easy for everyone, except for the spices, there's nothing special here. It's your everyday palengke stuff. I always tell people here to invest in herbs. So while this is doing, I tell you, you can turn your food into, you can travel on your plate. Oh? Picture niyo po yung mga for Indian flavors, yung cumin, cinnamon, cardamom, Italian, basil, oregano, thyme. Pero just this is great. I mean, we use this all the time in all of our feeding programs. Tex-Mex flavors, invest spices po. That will be the best thing you can do. Asian flavors is very easy po. But you can make Korean and Japanese vegetables, and of course our Filipino vegetables. It's good. Really have this one. Go on. Should it be? Yeah. Okay. Mix it more. Dissolve it more. Does it need more? Does it need more? It's good. Okay. We need to boil. I think we put a lot of water here. How does this taste? Give me your style. I don't taste it. For this one, guys, among the bonus, if your kids are picky, cook it para hindi nila nalasahan yung gulay. So it gets mushy. But for adults, okay, I'm gonna let everything stew for a while. Does anyone want to try the bolognese sauce? Let me give you guys a try. Yeah. Try it, girl. Thank you, Sarah. Give it a try. That's a very kid-friendly recipe. I don't know if it's for a restaurant, but it's certainly for the home. You might have to level up a lot to enter your restaurant. But anyway, that's it from me. You can see how easy this is. I'll be here if you guys want to come and taste it. Again, my name is Infanta. We have my book is in the back, and I have tons more recipes on the website that are free for download. Again, thank you so much. Thank you.
Again, a round of applause for Panamanahan, ladies and gentlemen. Maraming salamat. You have your book. Your books are there. You guys can see recipes, full plant-based Filipino recipes. Wala, thank you very much. Thank you also. And we'll see you soon. Ayan, mabusin natin, ma'am. Alam na. Okay. Ito po yung book niya. Wanna Stable. Ayan. Thank you, Mama. Thank you very much. Again, round of applause for Mama, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Carolina. Carolina Reaper.
Carolina Reaper.
Yung yellow ko, habanero. Pero mas mahal ha. Ito kung Carolina. Second hat is... Ano ang hat na first? 300 per hat.
Share kami mag-share.
Yes, depende po sa tao. Sobrang mahalak na. Depende sa Gusto mo ba?
Based in top tier. We have the top, the side,
Pasta. Pero parang ibang pasta.
Just make sure to put it in the ref kasi it's sugar. So medyo mas mabilis ano siya. Oh yeah, the whole thing, right? The calamansi sa akin. First naman, favorite is the band. Thank you so much, family. Thank you.
Ano gagawin? Parang tubig. Wait. Tapon yung ano ba? Natapon ko yung kape. Gusto ko tayo ng tubig.
Bumili ka na lang ng bago ba?
Saan? Nawala ako.
Siya. Okay na? Okay, bye-bye. Tapos na? Naka-off na?